Hi children and viewers. In previous video I explained about the universal law of gravitation. Up to now you didn't see that video, just watch that video. In this video I am going to explain about the acceleration is independent of mass of the body. The acceleration of the body is independent of its mass. That's the topic for this class. And children, and you must know about the what is mean by freely falling body. Freely falling body. Clear? So children, what is mean by universal law of gravitation? The force of attraction between two bodies is directly proportional to the product of their charges, product of their masses, and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between two bodies. That is what we call universal law of gravitation. Okay children, here you have to observe that if you can drop any object from the certain height onto the ground, and you have to observe in how much time that should be coming to the earth. Now you take another object that should be dropped from the certain height onto the ground. So for example, you are taking some 1 kg stone and next one is 2 kg stone. Here first you have to drop 1 kg stone from the certain height, for example 400 meters or 500 meters or any building. You have to observe in how much time that should be reaches the ground. You have to note it. And you can take from the same height, you take the another massive body, that means 2 kg stone, that should be dropped onto the ground from the same height. Now you have to check in what time that will reaches the ground. And now you have to drop the same objects from the same height at a time. Then you have to observe in which time they will reaches the ground, and in those two which one reaches the very first to the ground, or both can reach the ground simultaneously or not. You have to observe that. So for that answer you may get in this video. So children, here now we are taking an object of mass m. So for example, here this is just imagine it is now earth. Clear? This is the earth, and you dropped a body of mass m. This is the mass of the body that should be dropped from certain height. So this is the height. Clear? And this is the top surface of the earth. If it is dropped, just imagine children, the body of mass m that should be dropped onto the earth. While it can reaches the earth surface, while it can coming nearly to the earth surface, here the distance between the center of the earth to that body is here r, nothing but radius, very close to the earth surface. And capital M is the mass of the earth, and r is nothing but here radius of the earth. Radius of the earth. That radius of earth is approximately equals to here the distance between the massive body and earth. Children, let us consider a body of mass m that should be dropped from certain height that will moving towards the earth surface. When the body can almost all reaches the earth surface, then there is some distance between the massive body and earth is, that is r. So children, here earth has mass capital M and body also having mass small m. Both are having certain masses and they are separated by distance how much? R. So here when two bodies are having certain mass and they are separated by some distance, then there is force acting between those two bodies according to the universal law of gravitation. When two bodies of different masses and they are separated by some distance, then force of attraction should be takes place between the two bodies. That is what we call universal law of gravitation. Clear? According to the universal law of gravitation, here simply here what is the mass of the body? What it is we are taking, children? M. And mass of the earth, that is what? Capital M. And distance between them, that is almost all here R. Then children, according to the universal law of gravitation, what do you children? Generally, what I told you here in previous video, what I told you, F is equals to G into M1 M2 by R square. This equation is the universal law of gravitation. F is equals to G into M1 M2 by R square. So here M1 is the mass of the first body and M2 is the mass of the second body. Like that, here I am taking here M1 is equals to M and M2 is equals to capital M. Clear? Children, what is small m? Mass of the body. And what is capital M, children? Mass of the earth. Clear? So according to that, what do you write? F is equals to G into, instead of M1 what do you write? Small m. Instead of capital M, do you write capital M by R square. Equation number 1. And children, in this case we know about that generally what is mean by acceleration. What do you mean by acceleration? Change in velocity by time. Rate of change of velocity, what we call? Acceleration. Change in velocity of the body is called its acceleration. Children, here you have to observe while we are dropping any object. So now I am dropping this chalk. So here to drop the object we are not applying any force. So when there is no force, there is no velocity. If you can throw the object like this, then you can apply the force and there is some velocity for that. Initially there is some velocity for that. Now simply you are dropping, we are dropping like this. Just we are dropping. When we are dropping the object like that, just we are leaving our fingers. We are not applying anything. That's why here just we can leave that fingers. What you observe? The body comes down. Why the body comes down? Yes, it is because of gravitational force. Any body is coming down because of gravitational force. When the body reaches the earth surface, its velocity increases. Clear? For example, one boy is on the top of the building and one boy is on the floor. Once you can just leave the chalk piece from the top end. Once you can drop the chalk piece, if there should be fall onto the head of the person who is at the floor or ground floor on the earth, then the bottom, where is the person? The person who is on the ground, he may get injuries. Even though it is chalk piece, he may get injuries. Why? Because while it can reaches the head, that should be having some velocity. My aim is simply to say, children, just imagine, got my point? One boy is on the building and one boy is on the road or down of the building. Just one fellow who is on the top, he was dropped a small pebble onto the boy. Within few seconds, it reaches his head. So then automatically what you say? It causes some hole or anything, some damage. You can feel the person who is below of the down, or who is on the surface of the road or just bottom of the building, he may get injured. Why? Because when the body comes down, its velocity increases. That's why we can observe that he may injuries, because Here while it is comes down, we are not, that fellow is not applying any force, just simply leaving the fingers. That means while the body is coming downwards, initially its velocity is 0, but on striking the ground, some velocity is there. Initially velocity is 0. Now bottom velocity is maximum. That means there is some change in velocity. That change in velocity is because of gravitational force. That's why here the acceleration is called nothing but acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. When the body is falling freely from certain height, there is initial velocity is 0, but the same object reaches the ground, that should be having maximum velocity. That's why there is some acceleration for the body because of gravitational force. That's why its acceleration is called acceleration due to gravity. What is that? Acceleration due to gravity. Simply children, for example, a coconut is falling from the top of the tree. Once it again strikes the earth, that should be bounce. Why it is bounce? The coconut strikes the earth with certain velocity. That's why it can bounces. That means while the coconut reaches the earth, it has a maximum velocity. With what velocity that should be strikes the earth? With the same velocity that should be goes up, bounce. Like that. Here simply when the body is freely falling, for example here. So here, this is the tree. Just it seems like a tree. Coconut is falling from certain height. So initially its velocity is 0, but when it reaches the ground, velocity is there. That means initially velocity is 0, but due to the gravitational force, it is coming in the direction of gravitational force. That's why here its velocity is increases. Here velocity is 0, after what I am saying velocity is increases. That's why here what you have to say, when the body is coming downwards, now it is like a freely falling body. That means once the body is falling from certain height, there is no other force is acting on the body except gravitational force, then that body is called freely falling body or freely accelerated body. A body of free acceleration. When the body is falling from certain height, on that body no other force is acting. That means no one is applying on the force except gravitational force. Then that body is called freely falling body or a body of free acceleration. So simply in this entire thing you have to observe, while the body is freely falling, there is some acceleration for the body. Clear? That acceleration because of gravitational force. That's why here in this case I am going to write, that is here the force acting, gravitational force I am writing here, F is equals to ma. Here what I am telling, the acceleration because of gravitational force. That's why we will take F is equals to mg. Clear children? So Newton's second law is what is that? F is equals to ma, we know children. But instead of a, what I am writing here? G. G is what? Acceleration due to gravity. While the body is falling from certain height, there is some acceleration, that is because of gravitational force. That's why instead of acceleration I am writing A is equals to G. So now this is the equation number 2. Clear children? Equation 1 represents the gravitational force and equation 2 also represents the gravitational force. That's why we have to equate them from 1 and 2. From 1 and 2 we have to write mg is equals to gmm by r square. First equation is F is equals to gmm by r square. LHS is F and this is also F. Both are same. That's why you have to equate RHS. Then mg is equals to gmm by r square. M cancel. Then what we get? G is equals to gm by r square. G is equals to gm by r square. Children, you have to observe, look at the equation now. G is equals to gm by r square. Children, here what is G? Acceleration due to gravity. And what is capital G? Universal gravitation constant. I already told you value 6.67 into 10 to the power of minus 11 Newton meter square for kg square. It is the constant value. And what is our radius of earth? It is also constant. And m is what? Mass of the earth. Mass of the earth. Children, you have to observe that in that equation G is equals to gm by r square. In that there is any small m? No. Small g value depend upon capital G, capital M, capital R, but there is no letter of M. That means G values depends upon capital G, capital M and capital R, but it is not depend upon M. So M is what here? What is small m? Mass of the body. From that equation clearly we have to conclude small g values depend upon the capital G, capital M, capital R, but not depend upon small m. There is no letter of m, small m. That means what? Acceleration due to gravity. This acceleration due to gravity is independent of small m. What is small m? Mass of the body. The acceleration produced in the body because of gravitational force, that is independent of mass of the body. It depend upon, not depend upon the mass of the body. Independent means what? Not depends. Small g is not depends upon the small m. That's why children, if you can drop 1 kg of body and 2 kg of body from the same height, that should be both are the free acceleration bodies, or means freely falling bodies. Freely falling bodies. So, and here mass is not depend. Here mass is here not considered. G value depend upon only capital G, capital M, not depend upon small m. That's why even though 100 kg, even though 1 gram, if they can drop from the same height, they will reach the ground simultaneously, and both should be considered the freely falling bodies. Freely falling bodies. This is the children. In this way we can prove that small g is independent of mass. Let's see once again. Children, we are taken some here small m. This is small m what? Mass of the body that should be dropped from the certain height. Dropped from the certain height. When it should be reaches the or approaches the earth surface, then here there is distance between these two is capital R, and we have to consider capital M is the mass of the earth, small m is the mass of the body, and R is the distance between these two. Then according to the universal law of gravitation, what to write? F is equals to gmm by r square. Equation number 1. After that children, when the body is falling from certain height, the acceleration produced in the body only because of gravitational force. That's why here we are writing that F is equals to mg. Clear? Now both are represents the same thing, gravitational force. That's why we have to equate them. Then here small m cancel. Then what do you get? G is equals to gm by r square. That means here from that equation we have to say that the acceleration of the body, free acceleration of the body is independent of mass of the body. That's why you can drop any type of object, then that becomes freely falling body, and all are reaches the earth simultaneously. Children, I hope you understand. We will meet in the next video with some other interesting topic. Bye. Take care.